Welcome. So let's get started. A year ago, right now, we asked the community to help us create a plan for aging well in Pitkin County. And you responded in force. In fact, about half of you in the room today are people who have already participated and contributed significantly to the plan. And there's still room for the rest of you. If everyone gives a little time and a little of their expertise and knowledge, we will ensure that Pitkin County is a place where we can all age well. I would like to address 3 questions right off the bat that have come up a lot the last year during this process. First of all, what is the role of Pitkin County Senior Services in the Aging Well Planning Initiative? Well, we're the folks who have the local firsthand experience and the access to the demographic projections and all that information that told us, that made us realize that we needed to say, this is the time to plan for aging well in Pitkin County. We need to plan for these baby boomers. We need to plan for this exploding and healthy population who have a lot of interests and a lot of needs. A place where, well, I'll do that later. If Pitkin County is going to be ready, the action needs to happen now. So one way to look at it is Pitkin County Senior Services provided the spark. Community Health Services local planning initiative fanned the flames. The results that they came up with, which Liz will talk about in a few minutes, kind of fanned the flame. And it's going to take the whole community to keep this thing burning while we accomplish every single goal that we've set up. Moving from the campfire metaphor to the bicycle metaphor for all of us Aspen people, Senior Services is like the hub. We're the ones who will be holding the plan together and reaching out to those in the community who have expertise and in the various areas that are described by the plan. And again, it will take the whole community to push those pedals and keep this particular we cycle rolling along. Our plan is set up as sort of a, I guess you'd say, 3 to 10 year plan. We expect a lot of action here in the beginning, and that's why we'll be calling on you. The next question that I get asked a lot is, what do we mean by aging well? Definitions are tough because by nature they're very limiting. And each of us ages uniquely. Each of us has a different genetic code and different interests and different experiences that will drive our aging process. But there are some factors that gerontologists and behaviorists tend to agree on as the general factors, sort of the generally accepted factors that contribute to healthy aging. First of all is overall wellness. Active engagement and balance among all of the different aspects, including social interaction, environmental, emotional, spiritual, civic, all of those areas. The wellness is in the balance between those for each individual. Mental and psychological health and life satisfaction is another area that research shows is extremely important to healthy aging. And of course, the one we all know best, physical health and functionality, and lowered risk of disease. As our various speakers expand on some of the details of the Aging Well plan today, I think you'll see the mirroring of our local plan and the results that you all came up with these generally accepted principles of healthy aging. You'll see that connection. And finally, why do we need a plan? Why do we need a community plan? We all intend to take care of ourselves like we always have in the future, as we always have in the past, right? Well, this plan is not about what others are going to do for you or to you. It's about building the tools, the resources, the services, and the choices for everyone to access. It's also a way of recognizing what we have in the community, what we don't have, what's working and what isn't working so well, and what needs to be improved. As with everything here, we want aging to be the best experience in Pitkin County that it can possibly be. The purpose of the plan is to make sure that now and in the future, options are in place so we can choose to be healthy, we can choose to be engaged in our community with others, and we can choose to stay here if we want to, no matter what life throws at us down the road. In the end, your job, all of our jobs, is to be responsible for our own aging, to learn and know what is available in our community, and to use it to keep ourselves healthy and to age well. I think at this point I'm going to turn it over to Laura Kornasevich, who is with Executive Service Corps, our dear partners in this whole last year process, who is the ringleader. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to add my welcome to those of you who've taken the time today to come to learn more about the Aging Well community initiative. It's clear that the topic of aging well resonates with a large group within our community. Just look around the room and you will see many of the faces that we hope you will see over the next 3 to 5 years as we work together to implement the plan. We can all agree that Pitkin County should be a wonderful place for all ages and all life stages. And faced with rapidly changing demographics, we definitely need to put detailed plans into place to shore up the gaps in services, improve access to and quality of information, and make it cool to be an adult in our an older adult in our community, as well as enhancing the aspects of safety for this segment of our population. But we all need to understand something. Though Pitkin County Senior Services is at the heart of the effort, this is not a senior services project. It is a community project, and we thank you again for being here today. You know, with Senior Services spearheading this effort, we're really developing a multifaceted plan to support a vision for Pitkin County to be a thriving community for aging well, today, in 2030, and beyond. And a key outcome of all of the work that's being done is really to strengthen the entire community, not just the lives of the older population. Okay, so here's how our time together will play out today. You'll see an overview of the plan, as well as the community health study that preceded it. We'll hear from one of our beloved older adults who has agreed to share his personal thoughts. And you'll hear more than once how you are needed to make the initiative successful. And then, of course, we'll have lunch. Now, those of you who keep tabs on the goings on throughout Aspen know that the Aspen Institute is kicking off a 2.5-day forum that spotlights health today. This isn't a coincidence. The graying of America may be the impetus for the focus, but in our community, we simply want every citizen to be able to live comfortably and safely at home based on their personal choices, resources, and abilities. At this time, Chris Nolan, Executive Director for the Executive Service Corps, will share some comments from the Aspen Institute that illustrates the timely alignment to our plan rollout. Chris?
Thanks, Laura. So at 7:45 this morning, just around the corner from us at the Limelight Hotel, the Aspen Institute opened its Ideas Festival for 2014 with this special spotlight on health. And we were struck by how beautifully this dovetailed with the Aging Well initiative. One of the tracks speakers will explore this week as a part of that spotlight is something they're calling Living Longer, Living Better. And we saw the eloquent and really very provocative description of that program, and our planning team for the Aging Well initiative thought it would be very appropriate for you to hear that today. We asked the Institute to send over a speaker for about 5 minutes, and they said, love these community collaborations. What day do you want us there? And we said, June 24th, and when they stopped laughing, we said, maybe you'll just allow us to read what you've beautifully crafted, and we can plan a program a little bit later on that might actually use your resources to bring information and news to seniors, and they said, to older adults, and they said, we would love that. You couldn't have asked us on a worse day of the year. So don't think this is a measure of disrespect, and go for it. So with the Institute's permission, I commend this to you. The global curve of life expectancy has been rising in some places and stagnating or declining elsewhere. How do we address longevity disparities from Mississippi to Minnesota, Sierra Leone to Sardinia? What's the magic in communities where people live longer and healthier? What measurable commitments can we make to lengthen life with new technology and traditional public health tools? Some scientists believe we may be able to extend life to 125 and beyond. But most of us, yeah, thank you. Oh my God, oy. You're way ahead of me. The Institute says, but most of us want to live not just longer, but better. More medical care is one tool to do that, but how do we resist just to be safe over treatment? What can traditional healers and Western medical practitioners teach one another? What are the ingredients in our neighborhoods, schools, and workplaces that promote that quality? What can we learn from countries facing the harshest health and environmental challenges? And if we do live longer, we're going to get older. Can we do better in addressing the chronic diseases that now seem to be an inevitable part of aging? What can we learn about aging from graying countries, such as Japan? Stronger social connections are an essential caregiving tool, but in fragmented societies, how do we build the real and virtual networks that promote mental and physical health? And can we get more people to think much sooner? This is at the heart of the Aging Well initiative. Can we get more people to think much sooner about the end of their lives so they can journey through the final passage as they wish? What can societies with fewer technological options for prolonging life teach us about a good death? And on that cheery note, back to you, Laura.